Hi, I'm Chef Scott Samuel here at the Culinary Institute of America at Greystone in Napa Valley. Today we're going to be doing a skillet to oven method roasting for meat, and I'm going to be using a cut called a cowboy chop. This is a ribeye with a bone on. And the way I'm going to do this is I have a cast iron pan and an oven that's been preheated to 350 degrees. And I've taken my cowboy chop and I'm going to season it simply with sea salt and fresh ground black pepper. I have a pan that's on medium heat ready to go. I have my oven at 350 degrees and I want to sear this. And I'm going to sear it for about 2 minutes, and that's going to get a nice color, and then it's going to release from the pan. I'll show you what happens when we get to that point, and then we'll flip it to the other side. So straighten into the pan. One thing I do want to do is I have a seasoned pan, but I want to take some of my canola oil and season it one more time just to make sure I have a nice sheen on my cast iron pan. And I'm putting seasoning side down. And it's very important at this point not to touch it. I don't want to move it around. This is a point where I'm searing the protein, and the malady reaction is the cooking of the protein is going to give us some nice color and flavor. So after about 2 minutes on this medium heat, it should release from the pan, and that's our test to let us know that it's ready to flip to the other side. And we'll cook it for another 2 minutes on the other side before I place this whole pan right into the oven for about 30 to 50 minutes depending on the thickness. These are pretty thick, so I'm thinking about 40 minutes to medium rare. And once again, we're going to continue to concentrate on the carryover cooking time. When it comes out of the oven, the temperature is going to rise about 10 degrees during the 5 to 10 minutes that we rest the meat. So let's give it another minute and a half here, and then we'll season it while we have a chance on the backside. So these have been cooking for about 2 minutes on the first side, and I haven't touched them once. I'm at the point where I want to flip it to the other side, and they shouldn't stick based on the fact that we're using a nice seasoned cast iron pan and that we haven't touched it at all since I've placed it on the pan. So I'm seasoned on the backside and I'm ready to flip it. So that's exactly so I've got some nice color. I'm going to sear it on the other side for about 2 more minutes. And then this whole thing is going to go into the oven. And this is just the beginning of the color. I'm going to get a lot of nice color after roasting for about 40 minutes. So these cowboy chops have had another 2 minutes on the backside. These are ready to go into my preheated oven. So in about 20 minutes, we'll come back and turn it once in the oven so that we get some nice color. And in about 40 minutes, we should be at medium rare. We'll take a look at it at that time. So just that we cook them evenly. There we go, nice color. And based on the way these look and the timing, they're still pretty rare. So we're going to give it another 15 to 20 minutes and then start taking the internal temperature. So let's take a look at our cowboy chop. It's been about 40 minutes and we're looking at that medium rare and we're considering the carryover time. So let's take it out of the oven. Oh, those look great. So what I want to do is so that they do not overcook by sitting on this hot pan is I'm going to remove them, put them on my cutting board. Tent them loosely with foil just to keep some of the heat in. And this is the concept of resting. I'm going to rest my meat here for about 5 to 10 minutes. And let me take the temperature, because I'm expecting the temperature to come up about 10 degrees. Okay, so giving it about 5 to 10 minutes of resting, my temperature is going to come up. carryover cooking. This is what's happening right now. It's carryover cooking. And what's really happening is the molecules in the protein have been moving really fast when they've been in the oven, and I'm slowing them down. But I'm slowing them down slowly while I'm covering it with foil. If it's slowed down too quickly, the juice is released from the steak and you don't have what you're looking for. So while I'm resting it, the juices are coming back to the center, the temperature's coming up to the perfect medium rare, and in about, I don't know, 5 minutes, we'll take a look at these and we'll have steak ready to go, and I'm going to garnish with a little bit of smoked sea salt. So I've rested these Cowboy chops for about 5 minutes and they're looking great. Let me take a temperature for medium rare. Yep, looks just right. And this cut is great because it's a large piece that'll serve two. This is a cut off the prime rib roast, and we've left the bone on for moisture and for flavor. And what I want to do simply is just garnish with a little bit of smoked salt. And these are ready to serve.